Hey, what's going on? Coach Gunny Icewater here with you today, Kingdom Boxing and Fitness. Hey, we just finished a good little workout, and I'm here with my boxer, Aiden Kemp. We're about to do some little stuff with some hand mitts for you today. Hand mitts, are also known as focus mitts. Why do you use hand mitts? It's just what it's saying for, focus. You're trying to focus on certain punches. You're trying to work on technique. You're trying to work on movement. You're trying to work on your boxer's pattern. But today what we're going over is basic hand mitts so that you don't mess up your wrists, your elbows, or your shoulders as that coach while you get good technique with your boxers. Now, there's a couple different sizes of hand mitts. We have a bigger size. You're going to get the size that's comfortable for you, your hands, and your boxing, depending on the type of training that you do. But this right here is a bigger, thicker type size. We also have a smaller type size where your hands would have a little bit more freedom through the finger for the fingertips and everything. But depending on what you may like, we got the straps so that you can get it tight around your wrist. And then I have my pair that I like to use. But like I said, you find a pair that's comfortable for you so that you can get the best training for your boxers. Now, some things that you want to work. While we're doing this, you want to make sure you don't injure your wrists, your elbows, or your shoulders. Those are things that you're trying to protect. And after rounds and rounds and rounds of boxing, using hand mitts for boxers, those things can wear down. So you're trying to protect yourself. So now there's different ways of holding the hand mitts. One way particularly that I do not like is the hands out method. I really don't like this method because there's a very good chance of hurting your shoulders at this point if you do not give the correct pressure. And I personally also think that this is too wide for someone to be punching. Nobody never punches out to the side. You're punching more inside your box or your key holding. Where your left hand goes, your right hand goes. So I like to try to get mine a little bit more in front so they'll be closer more so like a head or a slim body. Something that I also like to do is keep my hands a little bit out in front. This is gonna help me meet my boxer so that I can use this as a buffer, my elbows and my shoulders, and the turn as a buffer so that when he strikes, I'm not getting jammed into my shoulders. So that's something else that I like to do also. Now for me, another personal thing that I like to do is keep my hands close, keep my mitts closed so that you're almost hitting at the same spot, because that's what you're doing. You're trying to hit that head close to the same spot where it's at. I'm not trying to chase it to the left and chase it to the right everywhere, except for when I really, really need to. But I want to keyhole. I want to keep my punches close and tight. So I like to hold my mitts so that they are close and you get the look that's close to the sides of the head and where you be punching at instead of punching all around everywhere. So those are just some things that I like. Do know that what I'm teaching you, what I'm talking about today, is not the only way, it's not the best way. It's the way that I use and what I like. And maybe something in here can help you out a little bit. But just for some basic hand mitt work, there's a few ways you can do this. The way we're going to do it first is just simple and basic. I call and they punch. There's other recognition ways that you can work this, but for basic, starting out, this is some things that's very, very easy. So we already know the way we're doing this style is cross. His hand on his right side is going to come cross to my right hand, and his left hand is going to come cross to my left hand. So we are crossing for the punches is what we're going to do today. So how I would start mine off is he would know that when I put it up flat face to him, let me call, that's one thing that we have to do. We have to get on tune with each other, get each other timing, distance, and rhythm so that we are on one accord so we can get that efficient work. All right? So, hey, wait for it for me, man. So you put it out flat towards him, and you're going to have it back a little bit. So now when it's time for him to punch, you're going to meet him. You're going to meet the glove for a little impact for your shoulder so that you don't get jammed back. But I don't need to try to meet him so much that I'm making my meat too much of a force for his punch. But I do want a little force to it, meet him, so that it makes a little buffer for me. When I do this buffer, I'm not doing it so tight that I'm tightening up my shoulder and may still get jammed back. I'm going to go stiff, but then I'm going to give just a little bit so that my muscles and my bones, my frame is not jamming I'm not getting my frame nor my muscles jammed back up into my ball and socket or to any of my joints. So I'm gonna meet him just a little. When you start throwing multiple punches, you have to make sure you're in the same speed and flow with each other, because we can't just go. So what I like to do is let them know that my tone and my tempo is the way that I want them to throw the punches. So he will listen to my tone, 1, 2. And that is the speed that he's going to throw those punches. 1, 2. When I want him to go slower or faster because of some technique things that we're doing, then I change my tempo. 1, 2. 1, 2. And that is just one way you can get on the court, with your boxer. Now, the next one we're going to go with is the 3. A little tricky sometimes. There's some ways you can do this that can really mess your shoulder up. One way that I like to do is when we throw the 3, 1, I keep my shoulder, my arm sort of tight. I'm not going to bring it out, because when it's out, then I'm not going to have that body and that good buffer to mess with. I only have one way to go, and that's not going to be good for you. So I keep my elbow down and I keep it sort of close. And I'm still going to meet him. But now for me, when I meet him after the hit, then I go with it to take away that impact and putting a lot of strain onto my shoulder. So slowly, when I have him throw the 3, we're going to throw 1, 2, 3. So we will go through 1, 2, slow it, and 3, I'm going to come here, I'm going to come out, and I'm going to meet him. And right when I meet him, I take my arm back, so I take away the impact. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I can do this with each level. If I want to make sure we're practicing headshots, I just do the same thing but a high level. 1, 2, 3. Body shots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 45 body shot. 1, 2, 3. And those are just some simple techniques that you can use to basically get some things started with the boxer that you may have. You may want to do some at-home workouts, but really don't know too much of what's going on, because the mist that's out there, everybody's just going so fast that you don't really get to see what they're doing and why they're doing it. But these are some things that I like to do. Hopefully it helps you out, and you can get some training with home, with your friends, with your family, your son, your daughter, teach some self-defense. Boxing is always a good thing. You can also get some fitness out of it also. Hey, I'm here with you, Coach Gunny Icewater. Got my boxer here, little Aiden Kemp. Watch this man. I'm sure we're going to be on TV one day. He's going to be giving it to y'all one day out there. But hey, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. We got you. Next time. Ready for this? Because I need you focus in here. Mm-hmm. I can't be talking and you're over here going to...
And don't wave either, like last time.
Like,
yeah, don't wave like this.
The 2 brothers. Man, what's them 2 little brothers' name?
The Grady twins?
The boys, I was talking with them, giving some good instruction. I'm thinking, I turn around and the joke over there. Making bubbles with his spit. Like, yo! All right, that was my icebreaker. Damn good. Is you going? You about ready?
Yeah, I got that whole thing.
Oh,
that'll be a good blooper. That'll be a good blooper.
All right, we right.